Hello everybody and welcome back to the first Siege video you guys will see on this channel. It's been a minute since I played Siege. I got back into it really recently. I've been having a ton of fun with it, just playing the absolute fuck out of it. It's been super fun. I'm very happy to be back. Also, if you hear like fans background noise, it's very, very hot in my room right now. It's like 80 degrees. It's been like this since yesterday. So we need to change the filters in our AC. But, with the Rona and everything. Anyways, so this is just going to be a quick tier list of all the operators. And for some reason, my laptop sounds like a plane is taking off from it. So that's always cool. Alright, so I sorted these from must pick to meta picks for their good and situational times, Very rare pick, you probably shouldn't. Useless, don't ever pick them. And broken is just straight broken. So let's start out with broken. Clash. They can't seem to get Clash right. Either she can shoot through her shield. She's had a ton of glitches and stuff like that to where they actually had to take her out of the game for a substantial period of time. And honestly, I think they need to rework Clash just because you can't really win a one-on-one with Clash unless you have some sort of utility like stun grenades, if you're Ashe, frag grenades, something like that. You can't really win that. You're kind of stuck. So, also going in the broken list is Ying. Ying is very, very strong right now. I would consider her broken because she can basically take out all the Wamais and all the Jaegers because she has her 3 Candelas. They gave her 4 and then they took it away. But they gave her 3 Candelas, and they also gave her smokes. So, Ying is just absolutely insane right now. As far as broken, those are really the only 2 I wanted to put in. Apologize, I'm a little stuffy too. So yeah, other than that, I'm going to be going in order. Alibi. I'd say Alibi's a very rare pick. There are some very good plays you can make with an alibi. You put your alibi at a window and then stand behind it, and then you can spawn peek people, but you're not going to be doing that a whole lot. There are very good alibi players out there. She has a very good gun. I love her MX4 Storm, so that's dope. I don't know. I just think you shouldn't pick her all that often. Amaru's useless, at least for now, just because she still breaks the barricades before she can even go through the window, which they're changing in the next season, so that's good. So she might move up to a very rare pick. They're fixing the transition time from when she does go through the window. You basically can't have your gun up for like 7-ish seconds, and you can't defend yourself. So honestly, just stay away from Amaru right now. Ashe. Ashe was up here in the must pick, but now she's more down here. They took away the ACOG. They nerfed her R4C. Her ADS time was nerfed. But she still has that tiny hitbox everyone loves. And she's still a very good entry fragger. The whole no-head hitbox thing is just amazing on her. Bandit's always been a meta pick. He used to be the only guy that could get rid of those thermite charges by tricking it. I guess you could C4 trick, but it was kind of pretty scary to do that. So Bandit's always going to be in the meta, and since Bandit's here, I want to group him and Kaid together. Kaid, same thing. He can get those hatches that Bandit can't. He's always going to be in the meta. You don't need him for every site, but if you're doing, say, Oregon basement, you're going to want a Kaid to get that hatch, so they can't drop down from the main lobby. Blackbeard. Ooh. I'm conflicted because I do like Blackbeard. I saw some people put him in a rare pick where you shouldn't play him. I'm going to put him in situational, and here's why. If you're just having a terrible, terrible game or day, he has that rifle shield. It's going to save you. Even though it's basically a piece of saran wrap at this point, it still saves you a lot. And I use him, for example, on Bank. If I know they're going in CEO, and let's say we have a 3-0 lead, we're playing ranked, we need that one more to just sweep it up. I'm playing Blackbeard, I'm staying on those windows, I'm applying pressure into the sights, while my teammates can go around, preferably have someone in lobby, so I can't get that, not really a run out, but you can shoot those windows from CEO, from the lobby, or from the front entrance. So Blackbeard is good if you're just going to play windows, basically. If we're just having a really bad day, it's really situational with him. Blitz, Blitz, Blitz. I'm going to put Blitz in a rare pick. Blitz can be good at the lower levels, but once you start getting higher, it's kind of meh. There are very good Blitz players out there. And again, this is not ranking how good an operator is. Alright, let's get that straight. That's why Ying is a very, very good operator right now, but she's broken. She's broke. I would be surprised if they don't fix her at some point. Buck, even though he lost his frags, I'm still going to put him in a must pick. And here's why. The vertical play needed can be, with Buck, taken from above or below an objective. So if you're in dorms in Oregon, your Buck can go in kitchen and shoot out the floor, which is something his counterpart, Sledge, right here, cannot do. But Sledge is still a meta pick, but we'll get to that in a second. Buck, he has that vertical play. I know he lost his frag grenades, but he's still very good because he can do that upwards vertical play from below. And that's why I'm putting him over Sledge. Sledge still has his frags, but he can't do up. So as far as I'm concerned, these two are on the same level, but the reason Buck is higher is because he has more options than Sledge does. Capitao. Capitao is a very good operator. He has a good gun now. I'm going to put him in situational, though. I don't quite think he's meta. In Pro League, he's pretty meta. But for the rest of us, I'm going to say he's pretty situational. His firebolt's very strong. His gun's pretty good. I mean, if you have a certain strategy and you want to execute that, you have smokes with him. So you just don't see a whole lot of people playing Capitao in ranked, which is why I'm not going to put him in meta. But he is very good situational. In fact, I'm going to put him ahead of Blackbeard because he is so... he's kind of in between meta and situational for me. I wish there was a tier there, but there's not. Castle. Castle's a rare pick. There's not a whole lot of good castles out there. Everyone's kind of scared to play Castle. I dabble myself in a little bit of Castle, and I know the spots to put them on certain maps to cut off, like Oregon. If I'm playing Castle, I'm cutting off Little Tower. I don't know if it's called Little Tower anymore, but that entrance into the kitchen and stuff, through that room, that small little tower that you can jump out and kill people looking through the window on dorms, I blocked that off. That's basically what Castle's for. You can use Castle on CEO and Bank, but you really have to know what you're doing. That's why I'm putting Castle as a rare pick. Not quite useless, because he does waste a lot of utility and or time. So that's why he's a rare pick. Cav, also a rare pick for me. In the lower levels, bronze, copper, maybe low silver, you can get away with having a Cav. But the higher up you get, it's more risk for less reward, especially if you started playing with 5 stacks, teams that are really sweating know what they're doing. I just don't think Cav is a very good pick for rank. Doc. Doc is very good right now, and I'm going to put him in a must pick. And here's why. If you're spawn peeking, it's probably with Doc. Because he has the ACOG on defense, which is so valuable. He has it on the MP5, which is a very good gun. He can heal himself if he takes damage. He can heal teammates if needed. He can res himself when he's down. So let's say you get shot by a Kali, and you have time to res yourself while she's rushing to you to try and finish her kill, and you can probably get a counter frag on her. I know there's talks about Doc losing his ACOG or losing his ACOG and being moved to a 2-2. If that happens, he's somewhere in here still, I think. Probably situational, but for right now, he still has his ACOG. So he is a must pick for me. Dokkaebi, I'm going to say, is very situational. It helps to have where you can see their cams, especially if you know they're running a Valkyrie, or I believe, does it work on my shows? I'm not sure. I think it does. But if you're running stuff like that, it's very useful because the Siege meta now is all about information gathering. And that's kind of, if you have access to their cams, you know, you can use it as counter intel. You can use those calls. That's very good for counter roaming. So that's always good. Echo's a must pick. He's banned a lot in Pro League, and I vote to ban him when I play ranked, because he can stop a plant on objective, and he doesn't even have to be there. He can block 4 total. He has 2 yokais, 2 charges each. You can also use that as information depending on where you put it. I know if you go on Clubhouse and you throw your Echo drone or Valkyrie cam in the drone hole in Strip Club, you can see the garage. So if you're defending there, Echo is just a must pick if he's not banned. Ela. Ella's not quite meta. At one point she was up here, and then they took away the 10 bullets and a Gersmont, and then she was here, and then they added recoil. I think Ella's situational. I play a lot of Ela recently. I've been doing extremely well with her. Honestly, I think she's between here with Capitao, between meta and situational. So I'm going to move her up here. Her Gersmont mines are very good. If you die and you place them down, you still have value. You can still help your team by saying, hey, I put a Gersmont here and here and here, and they're in a 1v2. They hear a Gersmont go off at the other side of objective. They go, cool, bop, get him. It's a 1v1, and then that evens the odds a little bit. So Ela is still between meta and situational for me with Capitao. Finka's a rare pick for me. I don't think she's all that good. She has an amazing gun. I love the Spear 308. I think she lost her frags, so that kind of sucks. But other than that, dude, are my emails gonna stop? I keep getting emails and shit coming through here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hopefully you can't. So yeah, Fink is just a rare pick for me. Dude, enough with the fucking emails. Oh my god. Why are they all coming in when I decide to record? Clear notifications. Leave me alone. Shit. Okay. Anyways. Frost is a rare pick for me. There's not too many places anymore that people are unaware of. You can still put them in random places and get a few people, but it's I'd say she's a pretty rare pick. Fuse. People are putting Fuse in rare pick. I'm going to put him in situational, and here's why. Fuse has the best gun in the game, the AK-12. And when Ace gets here, Ace is going to be either must play or meta. I would put Ace in must play. If we're talking about the new season, I'm putting Ace in must play because he has the best gun in the game, the AK-12, same with Fuse. And he has smoke grenades, and he's a heart breacher. That's a must pick. But we're talking about Fuse here, so why put Fuse in situational instead of rare? Here's why. Fuse is a more destructive Ying, but he has a way better gun. Unfortunately, he has a 3 armor, 1 speed. That kind of sucks. But he can burn utility like no other, and he is very safe. If there's a castle, pop some down, zap some ADSs. Who knows? You might be able to get a kill or two, but it's very situational. Honestly, he's between situational and rare pick for me, so I'm gonna leave him at situational. Glaz, unfortunately, Glaz is kind of useless right now. I think they gave up on him. They had a good idea with the thermal scope, and then they nerfed it to where you have to stand still for some reason, and then they buffed his rate of fire. I don't know. I think they're kind of looking at him as a lost cause now, which is very, very unfortunate. Glaz was cool, but I think if you're going to use a sniper, you should probably use Kali just because it does one-shot down or kill. And speaking of Kali, I'll go ahead and grab her. I still think she's not that good, but she's above Glaz. If you want to play a sniper, play Kali. Her gadget is extremely useful, can destroy stuff on the opposite side of reinforcements. If Thatcher's banned for some reason, you can pick her. I don't know why you'd pick her over Maverick or Twitch, but you can. I just don't think the snipers are very good, because if you hit him in the chest, as I mentioned earlier with Doc, if it is a Doc, he can heal himself and counterfrag you. But if you do hit someone in the chest, you get to cock back the gun, rechamber around, switch to your secondary, run all the way to where you got him. And it's happened to me before where I've gotten killed because I didn't shoot someone in the head and I wanted my kill. Goyo situational for me. They took away one of his shields, so now he only has 2. But he still has access to the very, very powerful Vector. Same with Mira. Speaking of Mira, I'm going to put her in the same place. Situational. Since they both are kind of similar, have the same gun. Mira is very, very strong on some sites and very, very weak on others. So Mira's pretty situational. She's usually banned depending on what map you play. Which is why I started banning Echo instead of Mira in the first place for me personally. Gridlock. Gridlock's a rare pick. She does help with like counter roaming, roam clearing. So I don't know why you would use her over, say, Jackal, or even Lion for that point. So that's why I would put her there. She has the super shorty, which is cool, but the good thing about her, though, is if you walk down an area, they do have to shoot the traps to get around it, so that can give you, but that's why I think it's a rare pick. Hibana's meta, same as Thermite. They've always been the hard breachers. Put Thermite first because he came first, but the hard breachers are always going to be meta, no matter what. Hibana's better for hatches, Thermite's better for walls. On bank, if you know they're going to defend bottom, you want to bring both of them. Hibana for the hatches, assuming she's not banned. Thermite for the wall, so you can default plant in B on the server side in CC. So they're always going to be the meta. It doesn't matter how much you nerf them or whatever. You're always going to need a hard breacher, so they're always going to be meta. Ayana, or is it Ana or Iana? Yana? I'm going to call her Ayana. Ayana's a very rare pick for me. She can be good, kind of tricky. We've all shot her hologram thinking it was a real person. I've been fooled a few times by getting rushed by that hologram, and I'm just like, oh, whoa, what the fuck? So, yeah, but I think she has very good guns. I love the ARX. She's got a dump truck in the back, but we're not letting that influence this. I just think she's a rare pick. So, yeah. IQ, with all the stuff that we can see, I'm going to put IQ in meta. There's more stuff. Valkyrie cams, Echo drones, Mozzie drones. I don't know if she can actually detect Mozzie drones, but Pulse. All these equipment things that we're getting, IQ's in the meta. Especially, Wamai can throw his basically anywhere. Valkyrie can throw her cams anywhere. Maestros. She has the very good 5.52 commando. I think she's a meta pick, just so she can see all that stuff. Jackal. Where do I put Jackal on here, man? I want to put him up here. And I kind of want to put him around here. I'm going to put him in the meta just because there's a reason people are banning Jackal. He has very good guns. He has smoke grenades. He has a shotgun secondary. And he has possibly the most annoying gadget to deal with on defense. I would even say more annoying than Dokebi's phone. He's very good for counter roaming. I think he's the best counter roamer. However, he is banned a lot. And I don't blame them for banning him. I'm usually the one that suggests, hey, let's ban Jackal because he's annoying as shit. Jaeger. Jaeger's always going to be in the meta. He can always stop the grenades, Ying, whatever. And I will say, Jaeger was up here at one point. You know, he had his ACOG. He was on top of the world, 3 speed. They nerfed him, took away his ACOG. He was still up here. Oh, they made him a 2-2. He's down here. Same as Wamai. And the fact that they nerfed Jaeger to make Wamai better, I appreciate. I still think Jaeger is better if you want to kind of lurk. And Wamai is more objective based just because of how his gadget works, very similar to Lesion with charging over time. But they're both very, very good. That's why I put them together. They both have access to an assault rifle on defense, which is very good. Wamai with the AUG, Jaeger with the 416C. They can both help with grenade spam and stuff like that, so they're always going to be meta. Kapkan. Kapkan's a rare pick. He can be good, but if you're playing ranked, most people know, hey, let's especially if they spot you on a drone, they're going to be like, hey, remember, Kapkan traps. But there are some situations where, you know, they don't remember, they gotta rush the objective, something like that. Legion's meta, especially if you're a solo queuer. They nerfed him. You can no longer see the like logo above his mines, but you can still hear him go off. His SMG is still very, very good, even though they nerfed it. Lesion is, I feel, always going to be up here, just because he can provide that information on defense. And the meta we're in is an information meta. That's why you see IQ up here. Jaeger. I forgot his name. Jackal. Jesus. You see all these legions up here. Mozzie will be up here as well because it is all information. And Mozzie would have been a must pick. They took away his super shorty, which sucks because you can't make rotation holes with it anymore. The problem with Mozzie wasn't his super shorty, it was that he has so many pests. So I'd say you take one of the pests away, give him his super shorty, because we do need more defenders that can make rotation holes on defense. But it is an information meta, that's why Mozzie's up here. Lion, again, I would say Lion's a situational pick. Not as good as Jackal for, you know, counter roaming, but if you're picking, this is how I would do it. Jackal's the best counter roamer, Lion's second best, Gridlock's third best. That's it. Ooh. I'm going to put him, Maestro, at must pick. And here's why. Most people ban Echo. You can always pick Maestro, and he basically does the same thing, except his cameras are bulletproof. You have to do some sort of destructive thing to get rid of it, whether that be Sledge's hammer, frag grenades, Ash charge, Zofia impacts, but it wastes utility if you really want to get rid of it. And he can stop a plant. Maestro can zap you from 100 to 0 before you can plant the diffuser, if he so chooses. His LMG is amazing, 81 bullets. They took away his ACOG, but the Hollow is still very good. His gun doesn't have a whole bunch of recoil. Maestro is very, very strong, especially in this meta. Maverick, I'm going to put up here with the other hard breachers. Maverick is a hard breacher. He's very good for taking out bandits. If someone such as Thatcher is banned, you know, him and IQ can work very, very well together. His M4 is really, really good. So yeah, he's up here because he's a hard breacher. Monty. Monty's a rare pick, I would say. You don't see too many Monties in ranked. Unless you have a certain strategy for a planted in the corner, let Monty stand on it, and it's basically a GG from that point. So that's why Monty's there. I'd say he's a rare pick. Mute's gonna go in the meta. Mute is very, very good at denying intel. You pair him up with a Mozzie, no drones are getting in there. That's why he's up here. The MP5, very good. I believe he has access to a nitro cell. And if he has the SMG-11, all the more reason to put him up here. I'm not sure. Nock's a rare pick. And here's why. Sound in Rainbow Six is kinda iffy. We had a situation yesterday when we were playing Cafe Dostoyevsky, and Matt went to go plant. He's in a 1v1, and I swear to God, I heard a Rook/Doc. I don't remember which one. I heard one of the big Gigan boys running to his right. Matt was planting behind bar, and behind bar is the freezer, and I swear to God, I heard him run behind the freezer in my headphones, so I gave Matt the call out. He's right. And Matt turned right and started shooting, but he came at him head on, like around the bar, but the sound was around the right ear. It wasn't coming from the left. So that's why her ability is kind of meh. She's with Cav on this one, where, Nock or Nook, however you want to say, Nock is basically just an offensive Cav. The FMG9 is pretty good. I love the custom hollow sight on it, but meh. Nomad. If you're a solo queuer, Nomad's a must pick. Nomad's going to watch your flank. She's very good. She has a good set of guns. I personally run the ARX because that's the rifle I have in real life, although I haven't heard really any bad things about the AKM. So I think, especially if you're a solo queuer, Nomad is the way to go. Oryx is a rare pick. I'm going to put him with Iana just because they from the same operation. Oryx has a good MP5. His ability to be able to jump hatches could be good, potentially, but I just think he's kind of lackluster. Pulse, I'm also going to put in a rare pick. Pulse is, he's very hit or miss. The UMP is not that good. He does have a nitro cell. If you have a strategy where maybe you're hoping they plant on a soft surface and you're from below scanning him, you might be able to get a kill, but I just don't think it's the best to pick him. I'll do recruit last. Rook's a rare pick. Again, you shouldn't pick Rook that often. Yeah, his armor plates are kind of okay. I don't believe there's any damage reduction. It just makes you go down instead of potentially dying. So that's really, I would say, if you're very unconfident, you're probably picking Rook. Really, I would say the only reason is you want an ACOG on defense, and someone took Doc and Echo was banned. That is the only reason I would pick Rook in a ranked game. He's lackluster. Not quite useless. He could be useful in some situations, but Smoke's always going to be a must pick. Those 30 seconds, I believe, of being able to cut someplace off with the smoke grenades are very good. They go through walls, which is amazing. He has the SMG-11 on defense, amazing. You can use him with the shotgun to make rotation holes. Smoke is very, very good. Tachanka, I'm sorry, Chanka. No, you know what? I'm gonna put you in rare, and here's why. You can spawn peek with Tachanka because he has that shield in front of his face, like Blackbeard. It's possible. That would be the only reason I would pick him, is if I know I'm gonna be able to spawn peek him. Maybe Chalet if you're playing upstairs. Try to pick someone off coming from the front. Other than that, maybe you could set them up in the bathroom and hopefully they come from like that drive. But I don't want to put them in useless. So I'm going to put him in a very, he's between rare and useless. Thatcher's a must pick if he's not banned. Just because of all this stuff you have to deal with on defense. You know, Maestro Cams he'll disable, Echo Drones he'll disable. He'll get rid of bandits and Kaids. He'll get rid of ADSs. I don't know how he interacts with Wamai. I believe he destroys goo mines. I'm sure he disables Mozzie's drones. He can, I think, does he destroy mute jammers or just disrupt them? I don't know. I would assume disrupt, but with all this like utility and stuff that defenders can bring, Thatcher is a must pick if he's not banned. Twitch, I'm gonna put Twitch in situational. She has the second best gun in the game with the F2, although it does have tremendous recoil now, especially if you're a console player. The only reason I would see you would pick Twitch is if they ban Thatcher and you don't have Maverick unlocked, or no one on your team has Maverick unlocked, something like that. But that's the only situation I would really bring in Twitch. Valkyrie, oh, I don't know if I want to put her in a must pick. She's very meta. I'll put her in meta, just because she's always going to be meta no matter what you do to her. I think the must picks are kind of flavors of the month, you know? They could change, but who knows? Valkyrie's always been good from when she came in, just because of the information she can provide with custom camera locations. Her MPX is kind of weak. You need to get headshots with it really to survive. The Deagle's amazing. She has a nitro cell, and she's the first woman Navy SEAL. Like, bad fucking ass. Vigil, if you're going to play a roamer, is a must pick. Vigil is the best roamer at this point. He has his amazing, is it K1C? Is amazing. The CZ is pretty good. The sights on it are terrible, but he has what, the SMG-12. If you can get a hold of the recoil, still good. He has impact nades. Drones can't see him. If you want to play a hard roam, you're playing Vigil. Warden's useless. I think they tried to make him better by putting in Ying, or getting Ying to her spot, but I mean, come on. I just think Warden needs to be completely reworked if they want to see his pick rate go up. And Zofia is our last official operator. I think Zofia is a must pick. If you want an entry fragger, Zofia should definitely go first. Just because she has her KSN, I think it's KSN Lifeline, or KS Lifeline, is very good. They took away her concussions, but her guns are amazing. She has access to an LMG and a assault rifle. I love the assault rifle. The ACOG on it's amazing. She is a 2-2, which kind of sucks, but overall, I think Zofia is a very good pick. And that's why you're seeing her at the top of a lot of people's lists for entry fragger. She is, I think, the best entry fragger in the game because Ashe lost her ACOG. Now, if Ashe still had her ACOG, Ashe and Zofia would be flipped, but they're not. Ashe doesn't have her ACOG, her ADS speed got nerfed, and that's why. Recruit's a rare pick, man. But Recruit can be good. He can be good. He has a lot of utility, access to smokes, frags. Decent guns, too, honestly, on Recruit. So, I would say very rare pick. But it is possible. So there you have it. This is my tier list for operators as of 5/19/2020 when this is being recorded. This is my personal thoughts. If you disagree with me, that's fine. I feel like I explained everything pretty well in the video. Hopefully it's not too long. I'm going to go check on my OBS to see how long this was. 34 minutes. Jesus fucking Christ, that's a long time. I thought I did this a lot shorter. I apologize for the super long video. I really do. But this is the tier list. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Later, boys.